Welcome to the groove. Wait, oh, there's somebody I've not seen in class, so let me look for. Yeah. Gideon said I should drop the daily assessment before. I'm looking for Eti Idara Michael. She was very active in the last classes. I've not seen her today here. I'm also looking for Emmanuel Christopher. I've not seen him here. And then I think is it Kwani or Donabari? And then Nimi as well. Okay, don't mind me, guys. Oh, okay. I've seen Victoria Moore said this is my first class as well. Okay, guys. Amuche Singh said they never see me this class since we start. God, I beg you. See, I can see you. I see you. I see you. Trust me, I see. I see you. Please. Yes, Moses. Yes, I know that we have a whole lot of people on YouTube as well because of network for Zoom. Yeah. So all of you on YouTube, shout out to all of you on YouTube. A big shout out to all of you on YouTube. A big shout out to all of you on YouTube. So oh, this one's I'm really busy today. I'm distracted. I will have to rewatch on YouTube for today. Okay, please do well to rewatch on time. So Anthony Harrison. See, YouTube people are on Zoom, you know, saying YouTube is much better. You see how this life is. Okay. So we're live on YouTube, guys. So in case you want to join on YouTube, go and join on YouTube. James Stewart, what can I do? No, James, we see you. I see you every day. I see you. I see you. What will I give? I see you. All right. Yeah, Grace is all right. Okay, guys, let's get back to class. So quickly, today we'll have two things to do. First, we're going to start off looking at AI technology as a concept. Um, and sorry. So we're going to look at it. Okay, patience, Ayanete, please. What is my question? Don't worry about the quiz screenshot. I'm going to tell you what to do. All right. Thank you, Bishop Tony. You say it's your first time. Thank you. And please stay consistent. Don't miss class again, Sha. You know, normally when you go to some places, they normally welcome first timers with. But here is you first timers that will welcome us. So keep our 200 bottles of wine. All right, let's get to work. So, introduction to AI technology. It's an ongoing conversation. So, this is like another course. So, we're going to be handling it alongside. There are more things we're going to do. So, let's introduce it quickly today. What link are you talking about, Chidinma? So, please, if you don't know what the link is about, don't just go and register. It's about the AI First Africa. So, when you visit the site, check through before you register. I've dropped the link, AI First Africa. So let's get to work, guys. Please, no more distractions. Let's concentrate on learning. So, introduction to AI technology. So, we already discussed what AI is, and we said it's the ability to simulate human intelligence to be able to, think, learn, and make decisions. That's what we said. And I think if you looked at your quiz or someone said I should make it a little bit bold. Okay, sorry. Let's do this. Sorry, guys. So let me increase it a bit so that as we proceed, I'll make it better. All right. So artificial intelligence, like we said, is just the ability to, um, machines and systems to simulate human intelligence to be able to think, to learn, and make decisions. All right. And as you already know, AI systems can learn from data. They can recognize patterns. And I've been saying that from day one that these things is a concept that things are built on data. All right. Um, All right, they are actually built on data. Now, you recognize patterns. So there is a pattern that you have to recognize. So let me give you an example. For those of you in Nigeria, let's say, for example, you're living in an area where maybe you don't have constant light, right? And let's say you visit your friend there and you say, "Hey, here," and you say, "Oh, but you don't have power." I say, "No, don't worry, they're going to bring it by 12 p.m." And by 12 p.m., 12:01, 12:02, at most 12:03, they bring the light. And if you dig deeper, you find out that it's not the NEPA people, as we call them, that told your friend that we're going to be giving you light by 12. What happened is that over time, your friend was able to study a pattern and observe that, oh, usually by this time they bring lights. Usually by this time they'll bring light. And he can make decisions based on that pattern. All right. So that's what we're saying, that these systems can recognize patterns. They can understand languages. They can make decisions. They can solve problems. They can generate outputs. They can improve performance over time. So these are the things that we expect AI to do. And there is something I wrote down there, and let me make it a little bit bold. Please cheers to all the people watching from YouTube. Okay. Feel free to be dropping your comment there, so we're going to be able to check them out today. Where you're learning, we're not leaving you behind. I beg you, we're not leaving you behind. So you could see there, and I said that AI is not merely entertainment software, it is becoming infrastructure. AI is becoming an infrastructure. AI is now an infrastructure. It is not just an entertainment software, is an infrastructure. Okay, so what that simply means is that, like I keep shouting, we're not going to just bring down ourselves to just say we want to learn how to create videos or pictures, just generate some tests, or maybe they ask a question, we rush to AI and just answer. No, no, no. That we have to understand that this is an infrastructure, and because it's an infrastructure, it is going to power several systems. Other systems are going to depend on it, and that is where you come in. That is where you come in. You should, for example, be asking yourself, how will AI affect the health sector? How will AI affect the education sector? How will AI affect the financial sector? And then begin to position yourself. Unlike other technological revolutions or other eras, the one for AI is going to happen so fast. It's happening fast. So you're not even going to say, oh, and when will it now? You have to position as fast as possible. All right. So AI is becoming an infrastructure. Now let's quickly look at human intelligence versus artificial intelligence. Like we've been saying, um, of course, human intelligence will normally learn from, if you're watching with your phone, just zoom out the screen, you will see them clearly. That's how It works, yeah. So, you know, human intelligence, we learn from experience, but this guy learned from data. All right, we learn from experience, but this guy will learn from data. Um, that's just how it is. Okay, we learn from experience, but that guy will learn from data. Okay, we use emotion and reasoning, but this AI will use algorithms and computation. So I'll give you an example. Let's say, just a minute. So let's say, for example, um, that Esther asks me, "Oh, please tell me more about Port Harcourt," and I just take my time and start answering and explaining everything to her, and then all of a sudden, um, another person, let's say be Fortune, now asks me, "Oh, what do you know about Fortune?" So because I am Fortune had a fight yesterday, or had a quarrel in the morning, right? I can just decide not to even give her details and just say, Port Harcourt is the capital of River State now. The governor's name is in Alive, and that's it, and that's all. I might not even proceed to tell how many local governments are there. I might not, that's it. We have emotions, right? And it it plays a role. Okay, so please, the person asking, let's see the heading of the section, the difference between human intelligence and artificial intelligence. But AI will use algorithms, computation. So there are already algorithms. There are no emotions. There is nothing like because he doesn't like me to not give me the results, but he's going to give Samuel a better result because no. It's like that. Humans can get tired. All right. No, they don't. They can operate continuously as long as all the things you have to power it are there. All right. Of course, there are systems, so we could experience downtime for servers, network, and all of that. But generally, they operate continuously. Of course, as humans, we make subjective decisions, but they make decisions based on patterns. AI will make decisions based on patterns. Okay, Precious is asking, sir, are you sharing your screen? Yes, I am. Is there anyone that is not seeing my screen, please? Please, can you all see my screen? Please let me know. Please. Okay, yeah, they're seeing it. They're seeing it. Please, those of you on YouTube, feel free to drop your messages so I can see. So I can see Moscow Digital is on YouTube. I can see Karen Zill is on YouTube. Adi Chris is on Tambri Soundway is on YouTube. Karen is on YouTube. So now you guys know that I can see you. Okay. Oh, by the way, let me also mention that we have one or two questions on the quiz that were intentionally kept wrong. And I'm glad that some persons even chatted me immediately to say, and so yeah. So now when I tell you that it was not just designed to like test, let's go and write exam or quiz. That's not what it is. It's to actually boost your confidence. And for you to know that no, this question is wrong means that you know what it is. You're not just looking at to pass or anything. So yeah, kudos to all of you. Yeah. So um Unwida as well is on YouTube. Angel Love is on YouTube. Okay, so let's get back to class, guys. So humans are very slow at large calculations. That's true. Not like you might not be able to perform the calculation, but we're very slow most times. But of course, AI systems will do it a whole lot faster. Now, what are the core branches of AI? What are the core branches of AI? What are the core branches of AI? So we have number one, machine learning. And for you to understand machine learning, what it simply means is that we teach machines to learn a particular pattern so that they can start doing it without human interference or without too much interference. So it it actually enables computers to learn patterns from data. All right, it enables computers to learn patterns from data. It enables computers to learn patterns from data, and then sorry, yeah, it enables computers to learn patterns from data, and with that now we can be able to, make certain decisions, carry out certain tasks and all. That's what we mean by machine learning. So it could be used in spam detection, fraud detection, product recommendation, and all of that. So that's one key area, machine learning. Another area for AI is also what is known as deep learning. Okay, deep learning. So what happens in deep learning is just a more advanced form of machine learning. Okay, but it is actually inspired by the human brain. It is inspired. That's why in deep learning we use what is known as the neural networks. Okay, we use what is known as the neural networks. And what normally happen there is you could have, for example, most of you know face recognitions. That's an example of deep learning. Voice assistance, self-driving systems, all those are examples of deep learning. And then you have the NLP, natural language processing. In that case, this is actually the type where we help the AI understand and process human language. Okay, you see it in display for chatbots, language translation, speech recognition, and all of that. Okay, so is to be able to help um, AI understand the way humans communicate, the language that humans communicate with as well. So that's one of the things that it does. So it helps AI to be able to do that. So you have chatbots, you have language translation, you have um, speech recognition and text summarization. All those will be that. Please take note of all this. So now you also have number 4, computer vision. So this type of, or this branch, or this component of AI allows AI to interpret images and videos. So when you're seeing some AI being able to interpret images and videos, this is the part of AI that is at a, in medicine, medical imaging. This is one of the areas. Security systems, autonomous vehicles, facial recognition. Again, all this plays a very great role as well. So now you can see all those components as to what AI is, and then we can look at number 5 now as robotics. We all have heard about robots and robotics. So these normally will combine, of course, AI and the ability of the machine for practical actions. So we want to be able to create a robot that can sell, gas at filling stations. We want to create robots and help sell in supermarkets. And so in most cities of the world now, you could see robots serving in hotels. They come to your door and they tell you, they deliver whatever you're eating and all of that. So robotics, so manufacturing robots, delivery robots, surgical robots, all those um, concepts. All right. Um, so let's look at it critically now. Let's look at it again. So we've mentioned those concepts, those branches of robots now. Uh, please, if you're there, sorry guys. So yeah, machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, computer vision, and robotics. Okay, now let's move on to how does AI work? If there is nothing home you're going to take home tonight, this is one thing you should take home. How does AI work? How does AI work? So, so for step one, data collection. That's the first thing. That's how AI works. That's how AI works. For us to say we have AI, the first thing is data. We must collect data. So let me give you an example so you understand this. So think about this now for let's do this. Let's do this. Let's get on our chat so we'll get active. I just for those of you that are graduates and your students, I want you to type the school you graduated from, the name of your university or the university you're currently at, going to. Quickly, let's do that. Yes, Nimi, please go ahead and ask your question. Just type it out so I understand what you're saying because you say you're lost, so let me know where you're lost. All right. University of Zimbabwe, River State University, Federal University of Ekiti. Aha. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Federal Polytechnic Bauchi. Yeah. Lagos State University, Ignatius Ajur University. Aha. Harvard College, Federal University Lokoja, Abia State University, University of Ilorin, Miva Open University, University of Port Harcourt, Futo, Ignatius Ajuru, University of Calabar, Federal University of Akure on YouTube, Bingham Young University, uh, let's see, Osun State University, Ahmadu Bello University, Covenant University as well, National Open University of Nigeria. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's hold it there. Let's hold it there. Let's hold it. Yeah, CRUTECH, Cross River University of Technology. Yeah. So now listen, everything that you just gave to me now in the chat box. Okay, we also have JNU, India. Yeah, so Imo State Polytechnic. Okay, fine. So yeah, we'll have University of Zimbabwe as well. Okay, we have Jaipur, India. Okay, Gen NU India on YouTube. Okay, so just stay with me, guys. You see, all these things you gave to me now is data. That's an example of data. That's an example of data. That's what I want you to understand. All right. But why did I even ask you to do that? So think about it. You do what is called your project, right? Your various universities, your thesis in your universities. And for most universities, with all due respect, if I go to AI and ask them to generate topics for me with respect to certain departments in your university, I might not get the kind of thing that your university normally gives students. The reason is because that data is not available for the AI systems to assess. That's what it means. So if you ask me now that, oh, this, and this, and I want to, from what you're giving to me, I can create a system with respect to the universities I have available in our training. So imagine that I want to create a form. I can use this information you're giving to me now, and in the form where they say select university, I can know the universities to add because of this information you're giving to me. So it's the same thing. So the first thing is to collect the data, and to make it a little bit easier is for you to understand that the data will be collected, the data will be cleaned, the data will be organized, and all of that. Now, step two is the training of the data. Now, the data, we must train it to be able to understand the patterns in that data. We must train that data to understand the patterns. Is it from here to here? What now happens after that time? From here to here, what? Take for example, let's say a woman is pregnant. How did they come up with the whole idea of first trimester, second trimester, this will happen, third trimester, all those things? Data. Data were collected, and from that data that were collected, we could study it and we're able to understand the pattern to know that okay, this is what should normally happen. Why do you think that some organizations or some banks can say, oh, we can only give out this set of people this type of loan? Or let's take, for example, loan sharks. When you want to collect loan from most of those loan sharks, some people tell you that they say they can only give me this amount. They can only, why? Because there is a data about you, about your credit, about your financial your transactions that can be studied. And from that data, they can understand the pattern to know that, okay, this, and this. That's the idea. So when this data is collected, guys, the data will have to be studied. And once it is studied, a model will be created. That brings you to step three. A model must be created, more like a mathematical model that can now be used to predict. All right, more like a mathematical model that can now be used to predict. More like a mathematical model that can. So let me show you this. Just hold on. Let me quickly create something on Google Sheet and show you. Just very quickly. So we can appreciate this. Oh boy. Sorry. Favor, please, can you stop writing on your screen? Sorry. Thank you for your understanding, Favor. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, please just give me a minute. You're going to see. I want you to just understand what we mean by we're collecting data and all those pattern, blah, blah, blah thing that we're saying. Lady B, please stop writing on your screen. Thank you. Okay. All right. Please, guys, just a minute. Who's there? I'm trying to create something very quickly uh, so that I can. All right. So I'm going to share my screen again. Oh, sorry. I didn't know that was sharing as well. So let me just okay. All right. So if you're watching, you will see, please. So there are two things there, right? There are two things there, X and Y. Please, can we all see that? Okay. So please, those of you that are scared of math, please don't worry. I don't mean to scare you. Don't worry. It's not anything serious. Um, just follow through. Okay. Are we together? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So now you see, we collected this data, X and Y. We've collected this data, X and Y. And like I said earlier on, all we're going to be talking about is that we have a data and we can work on it. So I'm going to ask you a question. If you're seeing the data, right? What is the value? What do you think would be the value of Y when X is 8? I need answers. 23. 23. Yeah, 23. I'm seeing 23 everywhere. 23. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I said, what would be the value of Y when X is 8? Okay. So that's fair enough. That's fair enough. 23. 23. So I agree with 23. I agree with 23. So what would be the value of Y when X is 9? 25. That makes sense. 25. So let's do this. I need to unmute somebody on Zoom. I need to unmute somebody on Zoom. I need someone to tell me the pattern you observed. The pattern you observed from that stuff that is making you give that answer. I need to know the pattern you observed. Somebody raise your hand and I will mute you, please. Okay, yeah. So you guys already dropping it there. Hold on. Godwin blessing. I want to unmute you. Okay. I have Oladapo. Thank you, Oladapo. Oladapo, I'm asking you to unmute now. Margaret Atasi, I'm also asking you. Ajiboye, I'm asking you to unmute as well. Margaret, please unmute. Ajiboye, please. Yeah. Okay. Margaret, go ahead.
So I noticed that in the X side, the power is increasing by 1, while on the Y side is increasing by 2.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Ajiboye, let's go.
I observe that as we are increasing x, as we increase x by 1, y is also increasing by 2.
Thank you. Thank you. Emmanuel Ajayi, you want to share something? Springforth, I've asked you to unmute, please. Springforth.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Good evening, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, I noticed a pattern. There's a pattern, and likely to be an odd number, which the X, just like you earlier mentioned, there's a pattern over time. We notice a pattern starting from 1, 2, from the X side and the Y side. There's a pattern. That's why we were able to identify which number will come from X and to Y. So it's a pattern, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So that's one of the keywords I was looking for, the pattern. And now you guys are beginning to get the idea. There is a pattern. Why you were able to get to tell me that when X is 8, Y will now be 23 is because there is a pattern. There is indeed a pattern, right? And it is that pattern that is making you to be able to, actually predict. But now, listen. If I ask you now that what will be the value of Y when X is 3.15? If I say what will be the value of Y when X is 3.15? You might be able to get it, but it's going to take you a while. And the reason right? And the reason is because you did not get the model. And that's the next step in what we're learning. There is a model. So after we collect the data, we do this, we clean it, we're able to train it, we must now be able to get the model that is guiding this data. So that if it is 3.15, we need to also, because you know that if it is 3.15, you already know that 3.15 is between 3 and 4. That means the Y value too will be between 13 and 15. The Y value too will be between 13 and 15. Right? So what does it mean? That for me to be able to know what will be the value of Y when X is 3.15, I need to get the model. It was easy for us to get the value when we say X is 8. We can follow that pattern, is easy. But how about if we say, okay, what happens when Y is 5.03? So if we now tell you that the model is that Y is equal to 2x plus 7. That Y is equal to 2x plus 7. Don't worry, those of you that don't like mathematics, don't worry. I'm not taking you to where you don't know. Just stay with me. All right, so if we now say that Y is equal to 2x plus 7, as you can see on the screen, look at it. So I'm making it very bold so you can see. So if I now tell you that Y is equal to 2x plus 7, right? This is the model now guiding this particular data. So for any value of X I give to you, you can easily tell me the value of Y. This is what goes on with AI. So when it has the data, it will definitely develop a model that it can use to be able to now give you answers and make predictions. It's a whole lot of work that it does. So it now asks you, okay, look at it. When X is 1, if you put X here, if you replace X here with 1, if you replace X here with 1, it will be 2 times 1 plus 7 to give you 9. When X is 2, if you put X as 2 here, 2 times 2 is 4 plus 7 will give you 11. So now that I'm asking you what's the value of Y when X is 3.15, all I need to do is to put 3.15 inside this particular model, and I'll be able to get the answer. Right? So that is how it works. So when you have the data, there is a pattern. And you notice that you were able to discover the pattern yourself, even you. But the model, you couldn't get what the model that is guiding that pattern. And that's the first thing that's one of the things that happens with AI. That AI will have to be able to immediately get the pattern and say, okay, this is what is guiding, this is what we're doing, this is the model guiding what we're doing, so that we can be able to, get the right kind of results. Okay. So that's what happens in the step 3 that we talked about. Model creation. Model creation. Model creation. So the AI develops a mathematical model for predictions. All right. And that will take us to step 4. Step 4 is testing. The system is tested for accuracy. So we'll have to be able to test. All right. We have to now test the model for accuracy. And then step 5 is deployment. After we must have tested for accuracy, we now be able to deploy. All right. So the AI system will now be released for public or business use, because we've now tested it for accuracy, to know that this guy is working. All right. So please don't forget. Step 1, how does AI work? Step 1, data collection. Step 2, training. Step 3, model creation. Step 4, testing. And step 5, deployment. So before we do anything, let me see, guys. Can you tell us, please write down 3 of the branches of AI that we mentioned. We mentioned some core branches of AI. So write it in the chat box very quickly. Machine learning, deep, machine learning, deep learning, computer vision. Thank you, Nimi. IB Tech, robotics follow by. Yes, robotics follow. Right, the other 2. Adekoya, machine learning, deep learning, NLP. Thank you. Margaret Ataisi, machine learning, deep learning. Margaret is the remaining one. Kwani Donobari, you've only given me 1. Tino Tenda, you've given me 1. Yusuf Bunya, machine learning, deep learning, computer vision. Okay. On YouTube, Shalom Flawless, deep learning, natural language processing, computer vision. Gladys, deep learning and robotics. Gladys on YouTube is remaining 1. Yeah, MA Josiah. Yeah, I like the fact that you're using acronyms. ML, DL, NLP. Yeah, thank you. Those are very correct. Yeah, deep learning, computer vision. Okay. Amazing. Yeah, robotics, Karen on YouTube, robotics, learning robotics. Karen, you're writing robotics 2 times, so this why you will not work. Karen is still on YouTube. Computer vision, machine learning, and deep learning. Barry Bay on YouTube. Thank you. Esther on Zoom. Thank you. NLP, deep learning. Chidima. Okay, Chidima gave us 5. That's amazing. Thank you, Chidima. Omamoke. Thank you. Omamoke, today is your first day, like you said, but welcome. Karinade gave us the 5. Thank you. All right. Barry Logie, thank you as well. Victory only wrote 1. Give me my remaining 2. Confidence, you wrote 1. Bring the remaining 2. Okay. Success, thank you. All right. Christian, you only wrote one on YouTube. Okay, glad he said you wrote machine learning first. Okay, thank you. All right, let's go back, guys. So, what are the ethical concerns? What are the ethical concerns? Number one, misinformation. So these are concerns, and you might be wondering, why is this even important to you in this training? Because you're not just someone using AI, you're a professional. So these conversations are going to come up, and you should be able to have knowledge as to what it is. So you see, one thing you must know, which is true, is that it is true when some school of thought says that guns don't kill people, people kill people. All right. So for every technology that you have, there will always be the downside of it, like the negative things, the some ethical concerns. So let's take, for example, YouTube is there. Some of you now are streaming this class on YouTube, through YouTube, right? So it's fine. There are people also going on YouTube to try and watch the wrong things. Okay, so there could be misinformation. That's the first thing, misinformation. So people can use AI to misinform people. All right. All right, sorry guys, please. So misinformation is one, and what happens in misinformation? So people can misinform the public. So you can see now people can just go and generate news. People can do stuff, and when you ask them, it's AI. So there'll be misinformation. So AI can also generate false information, because now you know that it's running on data, and it can try to follow your bias. Okay, it can try to follow your bias, and before you know it, you are driving that thinking that's the correct thing. Number two is deepfakes. Now, deepfakes are AI generated fake videos and voices. Okay, and they're everywhere now. They're everywhere now. In short, some guys were arrested in Thailand, I think Thailand or Ireland, a couple of weeks ago. Why? They were using deep fake videos to scam some white people. Okay, so deep fakes are everywhere now, and that's another ethical concern about deep fakes, about AI. Another thing is job displacement. So truth about it is that as at few months ago, we used to say that AI will not take the job of people who know how to use AI. We used to say that AI will only take the jobs of people who don't know, who are not using AI. But I need to open up to you to tell you that that is no longer true. AI will also take the jobs of people who know how to use AI. If your job is such that a system can be created through AI to replace it, they don't need you. And that's why one of the things you're going to learn as we proceed deeper into our training, especially when we get to automation, is that in any industry you're working in, you must look out for ways to duplicate yourself, right? You need to replicate yourself with AI. Like, this thing I'm doing, how can I come up with an AI system that can do what I'm doing? And that way you can turn it into a product, into a business, into a service, so that companies that have people like you in their system can get you to do what they're doing, as long as it's affordable, more dependent, more productive, and all of that. So don't just say because you're using ChatGPT, don't just say because you're using ChatGPT, because of that, you now know AI. No. I'll give you an example. A tech blog, Niger Delta most influential tech blog, Tech Blitz blog, they're going to be here, I think, tomorrow. And one of the things they have is what is known as a terminal. And they are the only tech blog right now that does have that. So they built an AI terminal that can pick news. So if the news is about startups, they have a terminal for startups. They have a terminal for business. They have a terminal for techies. They have, it's a tech blog. So different aspect of tech news. They have terminals for them. Once they drop the news, that terminal can create a story with respect to that news. They don't need a journalist automatically to be there to be creating the story. They've already created a terminal. So they've built that terminal to represent a journalist of different years of experience with different qualities and all of that. So that is what we mean. So a journalist right now should not just say, I'm using AI, so because of that, nobody's going to take my job. No, it's not true. You have to be able to replicate yourself. Like, okay, let me use AI too, so that you can best position yourself. Number 4 is bias. AI can inherit biases from the training data. This is very true. So because AI is being built on data, there will be biases on with respect to the data that is used to train, that is they're using to, or that they use in training. Then of course, privacy concern. AI systems rely heavily on data collection. So that's why most recently, most AI platforms, they don't allow certain things, like Google Google View, Gemini and all. If you want to generate certain things about kids, they don't allow it. All right, because there is actually what is called identity theft. Identity theft is very, very strong in this era. It's been there for a very long time, but these days is stronger and stronger, and you cannot afford to, mess around with that. So there'll be need for us to, you know, there'll be need for us to understand that there'll be privacy concerns. So I have this as my message for you. Generating content is only one aspect of AI. You have to go beyond that and exploit AI systems, AI integration, AI workflows, AI automation, AI analytics, AI deployment. This is my message for you, right? And everyone out there. We must go beyond just generating content. That is just one aspect of AI, right? We must go beyond that. And I'm telling you that there is a place where the money is, and you have to prepare effectively to be able to do that. So go beyond that. That's just one aspect of AI. Understand AI systems, understand how to integrate AI, understand how AI workflows goes. And these are a couple of things we're going to be doing. Understand AI automation, understand AI analytics, AI development, and all of that. Those are very critical things that we need to be able to do. All right. So before we run off, let me ask. We looked at a section that said, how does AI work? Can you quickly give me those steps? I gave you 5 steps. I guess don't explain it. Just give me the 5 steps. Number 1, it was data collection. So I've given you one already. Give me the 5 steps. Don't write them separately. Write all of them together before you share it in the chat box. I gave you 5 steps. But if you can't remember all of them, write as many as you can remember. Yeah, data collection, training, model creation, testing, and deployment. Thank you, Etidara. Thank you. Dolapo, you dropped one. Or Samuel Jacob, you dropped one. You're with me for. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Rin Precious, thank you. Godwin Blessing, thank you. First Iyaye, you've only dropped 2. You owe me 3. Gemini iPhone, you've dropped 4. You owe me 1. Ngozi, you've dropped 2. You need more. Okay, nice. Vo, Grace, thank you. Amiofuri, thank you. Isabella, Esther, thank you. Tamnosiki, thank you. Godson, all right. Yusuf Bunya, thank you. Brown, okay. Let me go on YouTube now. Peace, Akban, thank you. Karen Zio, amazing, thank you. Barry Bay, thank you as well. Shalom Flawless, thank you. Gladys, thank you. All right, Niger Empire, Dolapo. Okay, a whole lot of you guys. So sorry, please, if I can. Okay, Precious, I'm seeing all of you. All right. Precious Ahusi, Rose Jonah. Okay, Festa has completed. Okpara Loki, Sylvia, Ajiboye, thank you. Precious, Suleiman, thank you. Jane Stewart, thank you. I like the way you organized your own. Thank you. Tamefuri, Esther, Gift, thank you. Barilogi, thank you. Victory F. Young says, sir, please, number 5 of ethical concerns around AI. AI analytics. Okay. Somi Clems, thank you. Favor Long John. Carrier Siphon, thank you. All right. So we also talked about some ethical concerns. So keep it handy. I will ask you as we progress. Okay, so let's move on now. So let's move on very quickly. I'm going to run us through these, and tomorrow we're going to spend time on them as an example, because as usual, I wouldn't want us to cross our time for now. Okay. Sorry, guys. All right, please pay attention, because if you miss out on this, it will be difficult for you to follow tomorrow. Okay, so it will be very difficult for you to follow tomorrow. So please settle down again. So today we're going to look at foundational prompting techniques. Where we're taking it a little bit higher now from what we've done previously. Foundational prompting. All right. So we have about 4 of them. Foundational prompting techniques. We have about 4 of them. We've been able to establish the core principles earlier, where we talked about clarity and specificity. We talked about that we should provide context. We said we should define. We talked about formats. We talked about setting constraints. We talked about the power of iteration. We mentioned all this in our previous class. Now, please, someone should confirm you can hear me loud and clear, please. Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you. All right. So, I want us today to move beyond the principles. All right. I want us to move beyond principles and just look at, specific and those actionable techniques that we can use to structure our prompts. Okay. Now, the first one, as you can see, is the zero-shot prompting. Zero-shot prompting. Permit me, please. I want you to write it in the chat box and write it zero-shot prompting. I want you to write it so you don't assume that it's in your head. Write it so that you will never forget. Write it in the chat box. Zero-shot prompting. Zero-shot prompting. Aha. You can also see the second one there is few-shot prompting. The third one is instruction following, and the fourth one is role in depth. I told you about this yesterday that we're going to look at role playing in depth. Role playing in depth. So we're beginning with zero-shot prompting. So pay attention now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, those of you on YouTube, thank you. Amauche Sings, thank you. Onyedikachi Favor, I see you, thank you. Creative Peter on YouTube, thank you. Peace out. Right. Okay, so this is like the most basic and common form of prompting. It's called zero-shot prompting. It does have a direct approach. It just does have a direct approach. What it simply means is that we ask the LLM to perform a task directly without providing any example of how to do it within the prompt itself. That is, you just go straight and ask it to do a particular thing. You don't provide any example. It is called zero-shot prompting. Emmanuel Christopher, you made a mistake. The short is SHOT, like to short, like short. That's why I say you should write it so that you don't forget. Onye Burutan Thomas, you also made a similar mistake. And Grayson saw you made that same mistake. Correct it, please. Niger Empire, you made the same mistake. Please correct it. Ego Gloria, you made the same mistake. Confidence, you made the same mistake. Please go and check what you typed in. It's SHOT. Yeah, Christopher has corrected his. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Everyone on YouTube is clear. Except Barry Bay, you made the mistake, so correct it as well. Emeka Daniel, you made the same mistake on YouTube, correct it. Okay. So I said simply you ask the LLM to perform a task directly without providing any examples of how to do it within the prompt itself. That's what we mean by zero-shot prompting. All right. It's very simple. You just go ahead and ask it, do this stuff for me. You must appreciate the fact that LLMs have actually been trained on vast amounts of tests and codes, right? So it's learning countless patterns and tasks. So for for a lot of requests, like when you're saying, as you can see there on the screen, translate, summarize, define, and all of that. When you're doing all of that, okay, they can often perform the task correctly out of the box, okay, instruction. All right. So you're using such things like translate, okay? Translate. Let's say, just a minute. Let me see if I can get up what we used yesterday. Yeah, by the way, they just sent me the link to your yeah, create. Wow. So that means just that one wrong. That's good. So I'm just wondering how. Fortune was planning to go as course 100. You see, because of you must do squeeze. I will ask them to duplicate it. You must do it. All right. Please, can you hear me now? Some person said they can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Okay. All right. So yeah, I was saying that I just got the link. They just sent me the link to your quiz now. Very powerful. So you guys did good. You guys did good. That means it was just that wrong question they failed. So you guys did good. Person did 240, some scored 200. Very impressive. I like that. So it was just that wrong question that some persons face. It that said my voice is cracking. Please, is it any better? Okay. Oh, she said it's better now. All right, so let's go. So I want to share so that we'll look at a very simple example for that zero shot prompting. So we're saying zero shot prompting is just when you're giving that direct, just giving the a task a perform. Okay. PK Brown is asking what is LLM. Brown, that simply means you were not in class in the first class or even yesterday, and you didn't go back on YouTube to watch. It's very for some persons to go next 3 days because most of you don't still understand why we say high intensity. All right. So if you can find let's for ask you to translate the following sentence into, what should we use? Should we say French or Spanish? So I want you to translate to particular language. What should we use? French or Spanish? uh, okay. It. Yeah, today I say Ibibio. Ibibio is not the option. Okay, Russian. So let's say into Spanish. All right. So we wanted to translate that. So we do this. Sorry. Uh-huh. So we say so we can say let's say the huge python swallowed his neighbor's goat. So the huge python swallowed his neighbor's goat. Okay. So that's it. And you can see Amoche in YouTube said Echi language. Yeah, me said Python swallowed that money in CBN office. Just as they swallowed 20 million at the jump office. Okay, yeah. La cara de su vicino. So looking at to say which Python means la and or Python swallows a travel. His neighborhood is la cara de su vecino. All right. So that's okay. Zuma say, am I Kabashi now? Man, I'm not Kabashi now. I'm just reading what it gave to us right there. Okay, so that's a very good example of zero shot prompting. That's a very good example of zero shot prompting. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay. So for example, if you're asking, let's say, uh, so sorry, let me leave this call and join again. me? Please confirm. I hear me now. Yeah, is it better now? All right, so let's go. So giving us an example for zero-shot prompting, saying that you can as well do something around. You can think about something as what is the capital of Australia. That is zero-shot prompt. It's just a direct. It's just a direct prompt. You're not providing any extra information. You're not even giving context or context. You just now. The second one that we have to look at will be prompting, by example. And it's called learning by example. And this particular one is important. Please. Okay. Okay, sorry guys, don't worry. We will humble the network very soon. So who can hear me a little bit better now? Okay. So we're good now, right? Okay. So we're looking at few short prompting. So type that as well in the chat box. Few short prompting, few short prompting, few short prompting. Few short prompting. Few short prompting. What happens in few short prompting? So we're saying that this involves giving the LLM a small number of examples, and we call examples shots. You know, when some of these guys say they want to take some shots like Shep. So this involves giving LM a number of examples, and we call those example shots, right? Straight in the prompt. So listen to this. What this is saying is that you want to give it a prompt, you want to write the prompt, but you want to be able to give it some. It's called shots. We call those shots. So some illustrating that particular task you want to perform, or that task you want it to perform. All right. So whatever task we want it to perform, we write this within. Now, when do we use it? When zero something fails or gives inconsistent results. Okay. So if you're not, remember yesterday we talked about how important it is for you to go to your output to make sure that the output you're getting is what you're looking for. So saying that if the zero shot prompting fails, there might be need for us to be able to look out for, try to use few shot prompting. Then for tasks that requires very specific output that's hard to describe in words alone, all right, then simple classification or transformation task, imitating a specific style or tune based on example. And another important one, if not one of the most important, is the last one there. Guide the model on tasks it might not have perfectly during the training. You must understand, I keep shouting this, that in most cases, it is not everything you're looking for that is within the data that has been trained. So using few shots can also guide it as to what you want it to do. Okay, so let's take an example of that. Okay, example of that, and then we'll continue on it tomorrow. So somebody needs to help me here. On YouTube, who can I tell? Shalom Flawless, Emeka Daniel, or Moscow Digital on YouTube. If you can, I need you to type this prompt as I'm calling me in the chat box so I don't miss it. Okay, so I want to stay consistent with what I'm the prompt I want to give. Okay, so let's say we want to do what is known as sentiment analysis. All right, sentiment analysis. Can somebody type that? Sentiment analysis. I just want to give you an example. Sentiment analysis. Thank you, Tino Tenda. Yeah, Agnes, thank you. Tifon, thank you. Vicky, Kafayat, thank you as well. Okay, Summer Queen, thank you. Lady BB, thank you. Sentiment analysis, okay. So, I need someone to help me. Chidara, or where is Emmanuel Christopher, or Nimi, or Summer Queen, anybody at all, please. Tamnosiki, please type as I'm typing in the chat box. So in case I miss anything, I can see it back in the chat box. So I'm trying to craft a prompt, but I like to flow, okay, as much as possible. I'm going to tell it to, just a minute. So I'm going to tell it to, let me create a new chat here. So I'm going to ask it to classify. So I'm going to tell you to classify the sentiment of these sentences as positive, negative, or neutral. Or neutral. Okay. Classify the sentiment of these sentences as positive, negative, or neutral. Who's helping me type that? Thank you so much, Queen. All right, we're good. Thank you. So I will say sentence. So I will say sentence. The first sentence, let's say we want to say the weather today is great. The weather today is great. All right. And the sentiment, you see how I'm writing it? Very patient while creating your prompt. Very patient. The sentiment positive. So what I'm doing now is that I'm giving it examples. Because remember, I asked you to classify the statement of these sentences as positive, negative, or neutral. So I'm giving it example before I will now even give it a sentence that I want it to classify, okay? So let me do it. I'll give it another example. So I'll give it another example. And let me give another sentence. Let's say my flight was delayed by 4 hours. My flight was delayed by 4 hours. And I say very frustrating. Very frustrating. Okay, and then the sentiment as well, negative. You see that? I'm giving it examples, and we can now do one more. We can now do one more. We can say the phone is on the table. The phone is on the table. And what's the sentiment? Neutral. The sentiment in this case will be neutral. So please listen, everyone. Please, everyone, listen. Don't worry. This is the last thing we're going to do today. I said that in future, give it examples. Okay? You give it examples and say, okay, take this example, do this particular stuff. So what we want it to do is that we want to give it a sentence. And for any sentence we give to it, we want it to classify it either as positive, negative, or neutral. That's what we mean by sentiment. We want it to classify it as either positive, negative, or neutral. Now, for that to happen, I'm giving it an example. We give a sentence, the weather today is great. So the sentiment is positive. we now give another sentence. My flight was delayed by 4 hours. Very frustrating. The sentiment there is negative. And then we give another sentence. The phone is on the table. And we say the sentiment is neutral, right? Because, of course, it's just on the table. So now, if we now ask it, so let's give it a sentence. So if we now give it, let's say, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about the new event date. All right. So I'm not sure how I feel about the new event date. And I want it to give me the sentiment, okay? I want it to give me the sentiment. So I just do that and let me just put question mark, question mark. So, okay. So look at that. So I'm going to ask you, before we ask the AI, I'm going to ask you, what is the sent for this one? Be neutral, 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 neutral. Just try, just think about it. I'm not sure how I feel about the new event data. I'm not sure. Shalom Flawless YouTube, she said neutral, neutral, new. You see? Sorry. So, uh, you can hear. Yes. Sorry, just me. I'm trying to switch the network so we can get something reasonable. I'm not sure how I feel about the it is neutral. This expresses uncertainty rather than a clear positive or negative opinion. There is no strong emotion or judgment. So neutral is the best classification. So you can see that. So that's what we mean. That's what we mean. The only reason why it's giving you because of the examples I gave. If I had just typed in, I'm not sure how I feel about the blah blah blah, and as a prompt, it doesn't even know what you want it to do. But just because I want to give it an idea so that it can stay within what I want it to do, all right, that we give it that's we give it context. We give those examples. So that's what you get. That's why we call it the few short prompting. That's why we call it prompting. Few short prompting. Okay, few short prompting. So what we're gonna do tomorrow, we're gonna take one more or two more examples on few short prompting, and then we proceed with the other ones. So please listen carefully to these announcements. One, let me remind us again. I told us I was going to do that at the end of the today. Yeah, just hold on. I'm not saying anything. Okay, Precious, you say you can't hear me. I'm not saying anything yet. Okay, so when we started today's class, I introduced us to the AI First Africa event coming up October 24th. And I explained to us how important it is that we all should be part of this, not as attendees, just external people coming, that we should be part of it, that people who are putting this together. And I told you to try as much as you can to take advantage of the event, to be able to position yourself, to sell out yourself or your organization or your career, especially your tech journey. Again, most of you have never been to a tech event, so it's good this time around. However, you're coming as you're coming as someone who is part of something. Okay, so please do well to register for AI First Africa. And oh, by the way, for those of you that create content videos and you want to share your videos normally for anything, please do well to use the AI First chorus. I will send it in the group myself, so you can just use it as a background to share your videos and all. That's one. So please go and register if you've not registered and plan to attend. And I said by September 1st, they'll be announcing a new volunteers. So for those of you that like to volunteer, so you can really part of the event, like deep part of it, you can sign up to join the volunteers group. They can't do that anymore because they have over 100 people volunteering for the event currently. So they will have to work with those till the end of August, then taking new volunteers as we get closer to the event. Yes, Tinotanda, you can. Yeah, that's good. You can. All right. So another thing also is that by all means, try as much as you can to prepare. Like I said, there will be opportunities, there will be stage there. When the coordinator comes to talk to us tomorrow, so she will tell us. Sorry, let me check this. Okay, sorry. So please do well to register to part of it, and please help us to be sharing the flyer anytime we ask you to. I'm pleading, like, this is me begging, just help us. It's an event that is supposed to go up more than 2,000 to 3,000 physical attendees. So we need to do everything possible to make sure we match that energy. That's one. Number two, you all took your quiz. So here is the thing now. Please listen carefully. You all took your quiz, you took a screenshot of your score. So this is what you're going to do. This is going to be your very first outing. So for tomorrow, you're going to pick two social media handles, two social media platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, X, Instagram, and you only have one job to do. Just one job to do. Just share the screenshot of your score on your social media handle. And no, that's not for tomorrow. So for tomorrow, you're going to make a post and share just 4 things you've learned so far, not just for today. And that's for tomorrow. Okay, that's for tomorrow. Please keep your screenshot. I'll tell us that's what we're going to be doing next tomorrow. But for tomorrow, 4 things or 5 things you've learned so far from the training. 5 things. That's what you're going to do. Share it on social media with any of your fine pictures. Then tag Havos Tech Hub. Tag Havos Tech Hub. And if you've met anybody in this training, tag the person as well. Tag the person as well. Okay. So if you're not following Havos Tech Hub, please do that. I think they dropped the link so that you can easily tag them. They will reshare your stuff on their handle. They will do that. So tag them. Facebook and LinkedIn. Havos is active on those 2 platforms, and X as well. So please do that. Once you tag them, they're going to take notes. They're going to take record. But please do a post tag. For I think very few of you, extremely few of you. Anytime tomorrow. It's either anytime tomorrow. Just do it anytime tomorrow is fine. But make sure it's done tomorrow. Don't carry it over, so that Havila will be able to take record of them as much as possible. And for tonight, you're also going to drop 7 things you learned today. The link will be shared as usual. And expect a quiz tomorrow. 6:40. Expect your quiz tomorrow. Yeah, please do well to do IG. Do well to, yeah. So please, Chidara, if the link can be dropped one time, I will think about it. I'll think about it. So let's see. No, Summer Queen, no, but yeah. But if you do there, no problem. They will track it. Don't worry. So please do well to share what you've learned so far on social media tomorrow. So we're now. You're welcome to the training. Activities are coming. You're gonna, for those of you that be consistent, a whole lot of things will change about how you learn, how you position after learning, and your self-esteem. Okay, we need to be able to separate the chaff from the main thing. So you will not just be like everyone out there. Okay, you should be an authority, but you need to be able to learn how to document your journey so that nobody thinks that you just came out from the blues. All right. So the assignment, yeah, Godson, thank you. Write out 7 things you learned from today's class. Yes. This person said, please, sir, for the 7 things we have learned, we'll appreciate you give us ample time like you did last night, because some of us then download and go through it again before we do the task. All right, that's fine. I like that. But then I think last night I gave ample time. Okay, I will reach out to Havila as well too. Yeah, please tag Havos, all right? Tag Havos, especially on Facebook and LinkedIn. Tag Havos as well. Okay, yeah. All right, so one more thing before we go. Fortune. Okay. All right. So yeah, let's leave that for tomorrow. So please, let's continue tomorrow. I want to quickly comment. Yeah, those of you that have been very consistent. Yeah, please. Well done. Well done. So expect your quiz tomorrow as well. Expect your quiz tomorrow as well. Okay. So let's proceed. Please take note of somebody's name here that you've never met before. Just one person. I'm going to tell us what to do from tomorrow. Just take note of one person here that you've never met before. Even those of you on YouTube, go to the chat. Look out for somebody you've not met before that is there. Just take note of the person, maybe the username or the. Someone is asking, our quiz will drop tomorrow as usual, 6:40 or earlier. If it will be earlier, I'll let you know. But 6:40, and you just go do your thing. Finish by 7. I'm telling you. Do you know what 20 minutes is? See, if and the extending is not the problem, but the reason you're giving is the problem. If you say work, there are people that are still working till 8 p.m. All right, there are people that are still working till 10 p.m. As I speak to you, I'm still working, but it's okay. But for now, your quiz is 6:40. Expect it by then. You are 6:40. All right, guys. Let me see if there's any other concern. Okay. All right, that means I will see to that. Okay, Peter Jaja. So persons might be on traffic by that time to do the quiz. Okay. All right, no wala. Let's just see. Don't worry. Let's see. It's no problem. I'll know what to do. I'll know what to do. Don't worry. I'll know what to do. All right, guys. Do have a wonderful evening. We're 5 minutes past our time. I want us to be closing this time. And oh, that reminds me, please. Thank you. I know most of you trying to stay for 1 hour, 2 hours in an online class learning. Thank you. You're learning and it's good. It's good for you. So that after this training, you will do things on your own and you're not going to. So thank you. But get ready. It's going to get even tougher and more interesting. So do have a wonderful evening. I'll see you all tomorrow.